Fresh off of his victory in the Elimination Chamber, Drew McIntyre tonight would come out and mock CM Punk, even mocking the fact that CM Punk is straight edge, the fact he's injured and not going to be at WrestleMania. But the story here was him and Seth face to face. And oh my God, what a banger of a promo. Seth Rollins was out here and Drew tried to convince him to leave the Bloodline alone. And I really like the line from Drew McIntyre where he says, "It would taint my victory if the Bloodline cost you the world title." Obviously, last week, it was the Bloodline helping Drew beat Cody Rhodes. And you saw Drew at the end very conflicted by it. Now, Seth Rollins would then say, "No, we need to fight. This is bigger than us." Because eventually the Bloodline are going to want the World Heavyweight title too. And it's almost like he got through to Drew McIntyre. Could Seth Rollins actually recruit Drew McIntyre to help him and Cody in the fight against the Bloodline? I didn't see that coming at all, but it's possible. But then is it also possible that Drew doesn't help? That Drew actually hinders Seth and Cody? Because look what happened when the Bloodline helped him. As he just said, he'd still win the World Heavyweight title. Does the new selfish Drew McIntyre maybe want that? This is things you might have missed from WWE RAW. Make sure you hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. Rhea Ripley would be celebrating the big victory in her home country over Nia Jax at Elimination Chamber. I love how they used Dirty Dom to intro Rhea Ripley. The deafening boos for Dom turning into massive cheers for Rhea was always fun to hear. But it would be Becky Lynch celebrating her victory in Elimination Chamber, actually now saying it's you, Rhea. And this match is on for WrestleMania. Do you know what? I am hyped for this. The story they gave was great. I love how Rhea said, "I love that you actually done something to get on my level." I love that Dom was like yawning throughout Becky's promo. And it's actually genius to have Dom there because Becky would use the insults and the comedy lines against Dom and not against Rhea, which is really class. Nia Jax, though, attacked Becky Lynch immediately following this. I love the fact that Adam Pearce and people come out to help Becky. Where were they when Rhea kept getting squashed? I don't know. But Adam Pearce refused to open the ropes for Nia Jax. I thought that was quite funny. And I'm going to be honest, she totally deserved it for what would happen later. Nia versus Liv. Whoever booked this, I want to be in a room with them for just 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Because they gave Liv a stink face. Liv Morgan got obliterated tonight by Nia Jax. They even actually at one point showed you a replay where they highlighted the pain on her face. What are they doing? Poor Liv. It would be Becky Lynch coming out though, causing a disqualification, so technically Nia would win. And the look afterwards on Liv Morgan's face. Liv was 100% pissed. So we had to get here because I do think this is the start of a Liv Morgan heel turn on Raw, which I'm very excited for. Liv would confront Becky in the back and just say, "I was in the middle of something. Not everything is about you." And there's history between her and Becky. And I really do think WWE is using all this as a catalyst to push Liv to be more heelish, if not fully heel. And do you know what? I think that's exactly what she needs. I think she needs to stop caring about the fans. She needs to focus on herself. And do you know what? Do whatever it takes to win. As announced earlier by 2K, CM Punk is in the WWE DLCs, and there's a lot of people included. Listen to this list. May 15th, you got CM Punk, the Dudley Boys, Sandman, and Terry Funk. On June 26th, Post Malone, Sensational Sherry, The Headbangers, Honky Tonk Man, Jimmy Hart as a manager. September 20th, Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, Michelle McCool, Carlito, Kairi Sane, Lyra Valkyria, and Dragon Lee. And then November 13th, DDP, Iron Sheik, Mr. Perfect, Great Muta, Lex Luger. I am genuinely so hyped. What is it, a week from tomorrow that 2K24 drops? It is gonna be brilliant. The first match of Raw would see Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. They got a really long time for this match, and it would be a great haluva kick by Sami Zayn, who would actually pick up the win. A dub for Sami Zayn. It's something we haven't seen for a while in WWE, so obviously that's a good thing. But this, immediately after this match, we'd see Sami Zayn talk about the importance of this victory when Ludwig Kaiser would appear. More importantly, Gunther would appear. And the look on Sami's face, there is that path that he's been looking for. The path to WrestleMania for the IC title. Gunther would actually laugh at the prospect of it being someone like Sami Zayn fighting for his IC belt at WrestleMania, though. But when he did list R-Truth's name, he laughed at that too. The Judgment Day would come out totally to defend R-Truth. Yes. No, it was because they want the IC belt. It would end up being Dom stepping up to Gunther, but it was actually Damian Priest who was the heated member of the group. And you got to think, therefore, Priest and Gunther, please don't let it just be a cash-in. Please don't let him cash in for the IC belt, WWE. Rhea would kind of confirm it was going to be Dom, though, and she would say, of all people, Gunther. Like, her concern wasn't with other members of Judgment Day, it was for Dom. So where does this leave Sami Zayn's path to WrestleMania? Unless a multi-man match, maybe? A very respectful Dominik Mysterio would actually then come across an old friend in Andrade backstage, saying it's been a while since they've seen each other. Andrade would sort of hint that he's going to see Adam Pearce to discuss his first match, which hints that his first match will be Dirty Dom. I think they're going to tie in the whole Rey Mysterio stuff here, so look forward to that. And by that, I think Andrade is going to say that he respects Rey, and therefore he used to be friends with Dom, not anymore. Later on in the show, we'd see Chad Gable walk into Adam Pearce's office, asking for the match with Gunther, and of course saying that to anyone else, this is just a championship match. To him, this is more. Now, that's interesting, but even more interesting, Adam Pearce was on the phone with Bronson Reed. So they are definitely setting up people here who would want to be around the IC title scene. It's got to be a multi-man match. If you missed Roman this Saturday Elimination Chamber, WWE recently uploaded 2 hours of Tribal Chief title matches to YouTube. So go and check that out if you want to have some fun. But don't forget, Friday, Roman and Rock are back on SmackDown. And we actually found out earlier that The Rock is scheduled for the next 3 SmackDowns. Dude showing up more than Roman Reigns. That's commendable. New Day versus Imperium tonight in a street fight. And this was a fun match. This was very violent. New Day looked great. Imperium, oh my god, look at Kaiser's back there. Look at Vinci's back here. That's actually a cut. Oh my god, but it was Kofi crashing and burning, leaving Xavier alone, that would see Imperium pick up the victory. I do have a serious question, though, for you to consider. From the segment we saw prior to this, okay, this was about the Intercontinental title, but with building up Imperium like this over New Day, does this put Imperium in the tag title picture now that there's a Judgment Day Imperium feud going on? That could be interesting. Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler were successful tonight in tag team action versus Indy and Candice. I really love how Indy tapped almost immediately, falling into Shayna Baszler's choke. I just think sometimes when you know you're done, just get out of there ASAP. Raquel Rodriguez would defeat Chelsea Green tonight. This is after Chelsea was upset that Raquel was in the Elimination Chamber and she wasn't. You may have seen on social media The Miz actually legit got locked in his dressing room in the arena tonight, which I thought was hilarious. He did make it out for Raw, though, for the segment with DIY and R-Truth, where we found out R-Truth didn't know the name of D-Generation X. He thought it was Regeneration X. They're totally going to do RX for R-Truth's version of DX, aren't they? But good news! R-Truth finished his story and got his TV back. Way to go, Truth. Drew would confront Jey Uso backstage and poke fun at him that Jimmy would cost him the IC belt last week. Obviously, it was the Bloodline that cost Drew his title belt. He told Jey, you deserve it, and they set up a match for next week, Drew versus Jey. Cody would defeat Grayson Waller in the main event, but it wasn't over there. We'd see Paul Heyman earlier on the night backstage, and yes, Paul Heyman was here. He would demand Cody to withdraw the challenge to The Rock. Cody was defiant and said no, That's not happening, basically. And, of course, he would beat up the security, the suspended police officers that Paul Heyman brought with him. And then Heyman would emerge with 2 phones. One to call Roman, one to call The Rock. Oh, boy. Cody, though, said he's going to hunt the Bloodline. Is he on SmackDown this Friday? Really fun show. Obviously, we're on the last stretch now on the road to WrestleMania, so it's what it needs to be. A lot of build-up, obviously. For that reason, 8 out of 10 is very fair. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on notifications, never miss an upload. Like the video, share the video. Catch you next time. Peace!